All right, hello everyone. It's a little late, tired, but I know that a lot of you out there have been curious about the battery life of the Razr. So today I'm going to take you through my day with the Razr and my experiences with the battery, how I use the phone. I took lots of screenshots today along the way as I was performing different tasks, whether I was on a call or listening to Pandora, whatever. I just wanted to show you how the phone performed, and then I also have some screenshots of the battery status. So I'm going to walk you through my day and show you some screenshots and then describe to you what I was going through at that moment and how I was using the phone, so you can get a better understanding of how things work.
All right, so this is 10:59. You can see we are at, 93%. Again, I usually get up around 6 o'clock, check some mail. So far, so good here with this one. Usually at this point, I'm at work, maybe an early morning meeting, not doing too much with the phone, but right now, 93%. So this is a shot at the battery indicator app, whatever you want to call it. So you can see here, it's saying that I've got, over a day of usage left, which obviously is not going to happen. You can also see the hours since my last full charge. So this kind of gives you an idea of what the phone itself was telling me about how much battery I had left based on what I was doing. So okay, now it's lunchtime, 12:34. You can see we're now down to 87%. This is basically what I'm doing at this time of the day or when I get to this point. So I'm checking my mail. I'm replying to some emails. I'm checking my calendar. I checked YouTube, checked Instagram, Facebook. That's what I normally do. Answered a couple WhatsApp messages. And I'm at 87% at this point in the day. So again, not that bad. So I've used the phone as I normally would, just checking notifications and so on and so forth. But keep in mind, as I'm pointing out here, that a lot of the usage I'm doing with the phone is on that external screen. So I don't have to open the phone as much because the external screen is letting me do what I need to do without having to open the phone. And then we can take another look at the app screen here. So it's after 1 o'clock, and you can see that we're at 84%. Last full charge was 4 hours ago at this point. It's saying should last until about, 12 p.m. Obviously, not going to be the case. But so I'm already halfway through the day. I'm at 84%. I'd say light to moderate usage, probably more on the moderate side, but primarily constant checking of the email, and a lot of, at this point, I have opened the phone quite a bit, and I'm diving in to the screen to reply and things like that. So 84% at 104.
One comment I will make, and the comment is this: look, the Samsung phone that's being announced, I think, pretty shortly here. Um, the the Razr has one big distinct advantage over it, and that's the fact that it has a usable external display. Now, if Samsung would have put an external display on that phone, I may have some buyer's remorse right now. However, looking at the design of the phone, and I will get it, but looking at the design of the phone, how the edges are kind of rounded, um, and the fact that it does not have a usable external screen, um, just those two things right there, I'm already happy that that I still went on to purchase the Razr, despite knowing that Samsung was coming out with something. So if you're a big Samsung person, go get it. Fine, go get it. But the specs on this phone are fine for people that use it normally, like I do. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
All right, so back to my day. So it's 2:50. At this point, I'm getting ready to take a phone call. I'm interviewing people for an open spot, but I wanted to just show you that I have been listening to Spotify here probably for about maybe a half hour, and the battery took a hit here at 72% now. And then after this, we take a phone call for about 27 minutes, and we'll see what happens after that. All right, so here, as you can see, we went from 72% down to 55%. This is after it actually ended up being about a 45-minute phone call and doing some end of the day things. And you can see around 5 o'clock now, I'm down to 55%. So this is usually getting closer towards the end of my workday. And then after this, I went to the gym. And then you can see here, we're now down to, I think it's 48%. So getting close to 7 o'clock, and I'm in the 40s. And again, just normal use. Nothing out of the ordinary. And again, you can see here, so 10 hours. So it's been 10 hours since the phone was last fully charged, and we're at 48%. And it is 6:47. And this is after the gym, so 48%. Here's some additional commentary, a little story I want to tell you about this phone.
I also want to point out that this hasn't happened really since the iPhone. So far, I have been stopped probably 4 times by people asking me, is that a Razr? 3 of those people asked me if they could take pictures of it. One took last night. The guy at the Verizon booth there in Costco actually took a video of the phone. Then, of course, I let him know about my YouTube account. So if you're out there, shout out to you. But it gets attention. It's an attention grabber. When I walk into a meeting and I lay it down on the table, people don't know what it is. They think, wow, that's a small smartphone. And I'm like, no, here it is.
All right, so 8:16 here in this screenshot, and you can see we're down about 10 more percentage points here with 38%. At this point, I'm home, taking care of the dog, so not a lot going on. But I'm home, and it lasted the whole day. So, if it was at like 10 or 15%, and I'm at home, it's different. So my day's basically over, and I'm at 38%. Some days, when I get back here, it might be 28%, 20%, but it gets me through the day without having to plug it in.
So there you have it. I mean, it gets me through a day just fine, same as my iPhone 11 Pro did. I mean, I didn't have any issues. I don't really look at the phone and go, oh, I only have 10%. I didn't plug it in at all. Admittedly, like when I wake up, it's at 100%. I usually play around with the phone for a little bit before I get ready for work. Usually it's at like 95 when I leave the house. But then when I get back, it's pretty much where it's at right now, which is like, I think 27%. It's almost 10:30 here in Florida. So, it will last you a whole day. And I think what does it is that external screen. That's really going to prevent you from having to open the phone or use the full screen as much as you would if you didn't have it. Which is why I've been saying that Samsung's phone, while it might be thin glass, might look a little bit nicer. Actually, I don't think it does. It doesn't have an outside external display that is easier for you to use, in the sense of it's actually usable. So, I love the external display on the Razr, and it's actually one of the reasons why I'm probably going to keep it. Anyways, any questions or comments, leave them below. But that's my kind of walkthrough of the battery on the Razr.